People love the NBA. The fans are in millions, if not more. I know you are one. I also know that if we ever get a chance to see a match live or meet a player, our feelings would be out of this world. But these fans are something different. From players getting attacked to Westbrook's countless incidents, to players being called curses by the audience, this is NBA players versus NBA fans. 1. Popcorn being tossed on an injured Russell Westbrook. Of course, we need to start off with the most recent example. After being taken off the court due to an injured ankle, Westbrook had to be held after a fan dumped all of his popcorn on the Washington Wizards player. When this occurred, Russell Westbrook was headed to the locker room with what appeared to be an injury. The spectator was sent out of the match. Well, Westbrook was not too happy about it. 2. A fan spit on Trey Young. An offensive behavior by a New York Knicks supporter. No words, just plain mean. Although the fan has been permanently banned from Madison Square Garden, what a disaster. No athlete on the earth deserves to be treated this way, but Young has made this series so entertaining. 3. A Celtics fan hit Lamar Odom with a vodka bottle. One more spectator decided to interfere with the game by throwing something at one of the players. Lamar Odom of the Los Angeles Lakers was the target of a vodka bottle in Boston. Rightfully so, all the players seek out the fan for them to be tossed. 4. A guy showed Russell Westbrook the double birds. A Sixers fan chose to mock Westbrook in front of his face after a really nice layup by showing both of his middle fingers. Westbrook's response is amusing, yet disheartening as well, because it's obvious he deals with this nonsense much too frequently. 5. Malice at the Palace. The Malice at the Palace was a fight between players and spectators that took place on November 19, 2004, during an NBA game between the Indiana Pacers and the reigning champion Detroit Pistons. Ron Artest of the Pacers, a small forward, fouled Pistons center Ben Wallace from behind while he was attempting a layup shot. Wallace became enraged and shoved Artest, which led to a fight between a few players from both teams on the floor. When John Green, a fan, threw a drink from a few rows up in the fans and struck Artest, the players had been separated. The referees were arguing penalties, and Artest was laying on the scorer's table. Then, the chaos started. Artest rushed into the crowd and grabbed Michael Ryan, another fan who he thought was the culprit. A major fight that included fans as well as players from both teams raced from the stands to the court as a number of Pacer teammates joined in and further drinks and punches were thrown. The game was never finished because a sizable police force had to be brought into the arena to regain control, and later, to allow the visiting Pacers to exit the arena safely. The NBA suspended 9 players, including Artest and Wallace, following the game for a total of 146 games, costing them $11 million in compensation. 5 athletes were charged with assault. Additionally, 5 supporters were charged with assault and were permanently barred from Pistons home games. 6. James Harden was flashed by a laser. James Harden was hit in the eyes with a laser that was flashed at his face by a fan during a free throw attempt. Fortunately for Harden, he turned his head away, so his vision was unaffected. But this behavior is just unacceptable. 7. And again, Russell Westbrook. NBA player Russell Westbrook has been fined $25,000, and a fan who allegedly hurled racist insults against him has been permanently banned from the Utah Jazz Arena. The Oklahoma City Thunder guard was seen at Vivint Smart Home Arena during a nighttime game clashing with 2 Jazz supporters. "Why don't you get down on your knees like you used to?" one of the spectators named Shane Keisel allegedly asked the athlete before the brawl broke out. The basketball player, a married father of 3, responded from the bench as Keisel was led from the building. The ban directed at Keisel, who has denied saying anything improper or profane, is for all arena events, and is based on excessive and derogatory verbal abuse directed at a player during the game that violated the NBA Code of Conduct, the team said in a release, according to USA Today. 8. Kyle Lowry was shoved by not just a fan, but a team investor. When Kyle Lowry fell into the crowd, Golden State Warriors investor Mark Stevens made the decision to push him. If you're going to lose your cool when a player goes into the stands, perhaps you shouldn't sit courtside. This means fans are not the only ones who do such things. 9. The NSFW Warriors Klay Thompson incident. Simply said, the Golden State Warriors are league above the rest of the field. They have one of the finest defenses in the NBA, if not the best. They are unstoppable on offense. This team has won 2 titles and finished with a season record-breaking 73-9 record. With Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, they had 2 outstanding shooters, Draymond Green, an outstanding defender, and Kevin Durant, an outstanding all-around offensive weapon. Additionally, their bench players are certainly competitive enough to play against other postseason teams. The Warriors are so loaded that it's not even funny. As usual, winning causes a lot of hatred, indifference among among fans will almost vanish once you achieve a certain degree of dominance. People will either love you or despise you. A Milwaukee Bucks fan's taunting of Klay Thompson as he was about to fall to the ground after a foul is undoubtedly a fantastic example. You could tell the supporter had said something foul by the way the players supported their teammate. We needn't make any assumptions, as Mark Medina of the Mercury News and Chris Haynes of ESPN reported on the pleasantries that Thompson and West heard from the fan. ESPN reported that the fan called him a B-East. Thompson said, "It was just unnecessary. I mean, that's just totally mean behavior." 10. A horse game between LeBron James and David Kalb. Well, it is safe to say that not all fan encounters are awful. Some are just hilarious. Picture this: a sunny day on the picturesque streets of Venice, California, where two titans clashed in a battle that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. On one side, you had LeBron James, the NBA's resident superhero, known for his gravity-defying dunks and awe-inspiring plays. On the other, David Kalb, a regular guy with a lot of horse experience. They weren't playing for NBA championships, but a game of horse that would go down in history. Kalb, armed with more creativity than a mad scientist, conjured up trick shots that seemed plucked from the realm of fantasy. LeBron, used to soaring with the Eagles, suddenly found himself competing with a mortal. The crowd watched in disbelief as Kalb's unorthodox shots left King James scratching his head. In a twist nobody saw coming, Kalb emerged victorious, forever etching his name in the quirky chapter of basketball lore as the man who beat LeBron James at his own game. 11. Kevin Hart vs. Draymond Green. But I guess nothing is more hilarious than Draymond Green, the towering NBA champ, and Kevin Hart, the pint-sized comedic dynamo, locking horns in a Foot Locker three-point contest. It was a classic David versus Goliath scenario, with Draymond towering over Kevin like a skyscraper over a garden gnome. The comedic jabs flew faster than Kevin's one-liners, and it seemed like Kevin's trash talk was as tall as Draymond himself. The stakes were high, but the laughter was even higher as these two larger-than-life personalities squared off in a contest that had fans both cracking up and cheering for their favorites. In the end, it was a hilarious clash of wit and skill that left everyone in stitches, proving that when it comes to comedy, Kevin Hart always comes up big, even against giants like Draymond Green. And with that, our video comes to an end. I hope you found today's video funny and interesting. Do not forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel down below. Smashing the bell icon will make sure you never miss any of our uploads. Share this video with all your friends and family who love watching NBA games. Lastly, please leave your precious opinions and all feedback in the comment section below. Let me know if you liked today's video, and I shall catch you all again in the next one.